What is going on, everybody? Back on it. Hunter x Hunter episode 122. Just a quick heads up. I am recording this the same day that I'm recording 121, trying to get ahead here because I've got some busy weeks coming up. I don't want to fall behind with the uploads. So if I repeat myself or ask certain questions, is the same I did in the video that you guys saw on Monday. Just know that I haven't seen your answers or your comments to Monday's video. So if I'm still asking the same questions or anything like that, just know that that's the reason. And then since I haven't seen your guys' answers, I don't want to recap too much of what I already did. I know that I had a very big discussion at the end of last video. So if you guys are one of those that like X's out the video as soon as the video anime ends, you don't stay around for the post discussion, go watch the post discussion. I had a very big discussion on how I'm going to rank Hunter x Hunter when this is done, when the anime's done, depending on the direction it goes, and I went to a kind of tangent on the balance between fighting and storytelling, and how storytelling can only go so far, and X, Y, and Z. But I'm not going to sit here. I talked about it for like 10 minutes last episode, but if you want to see that, go watch the post-episode discussion. The last thing I had you guys tell me was kind of the back and forth on Poof's abilities and Moro being a manipulator. Does he transmute at all, or does he conjure at all? The same kind of back and forth we had. I guess kind of the biggest question I have, which I'm sure you guys have probably answered by now, is the strengths of Poof's clones. The small ones that we saw kind of running around with Moro, when Poof made the threat that I would have had them kill your friends one by one or weaken your forces. Would those small ones even be strong enough to hurt his friends? Can he dictate the size of the clones that he makes? Because we saw he made them cellular size. Can he make less of them, but have them be full body size, the size of him? Could he just make 2? And how strong would those 2 full body size be? Would they be a Royal Guard strength level? Would they just be an average Nen enhanced human level? I guess the question is, with his clones, is it like Moral and his Smoke clones? He can make up to X amount or as little as he wants. Can he distribute amounts of aura depending on what he wants to make them stronger or weaker? If I make 200, if I'm Poof and I make 200, are they going to be broken down as 200ths of my power? If I make 2, is it just going to be my power split in half? That's kind of the questions I have on his abilities. Besides that, last episode we left off with pretty much not being a failure, because they did accomplish their goal, which the whole goal of this entire mission was to separate the guards from the king to give Netero a chance 1v1. I don't know if Netero just has like an all-world ending like spirit bomb ability that he plans to do, and it's like it's one shot, one Hail Mary. If it doesn't work, Netero will lose. Or does Netero, and that's another thing we've had in Hunter x Hunter. We don't really get kind of long, drawn-out fights of like hand to hand. Then I try this ability, and then I get countered with this, and then I try this, and then I get countered with that. It's always like it was just a bad matchup. All I have to do is whip out this one move, therefore I beat you. It's never been like a counter chess match type thing. So I don't know if Netero thinks that, is Netero just thinking I have one move, it'll be my only chance. If it doesn't work, I'm screwed. Or can Netero go back and forth? I don't know. And also because we haven't really gotten much of that in Hunter x Hunter. It was always like Kurapika had the chain jail. Not much you could do to counter it. Gon thinking he had a chance against Hisoka. Hisoka has the bungee gum. Nothing Gon can do. The tiger, the lion going against Moral. Moral getting rid of all the oxygen in the room and him running out of breath. There's no counter. Killua with his electricity. You know, just kind of like the back and forth, back and forth. So I don't know if it's going to be like a classic, like we get them throwing hands for multiple episodes. But back to what I was saying, they did accomplish their goal. Separate the guards from the king, then separate the king and Netero and give them a chance. Now, at the grand scheme of things, though, it almost is like they failed. If Netero fails, then they fail. But maybe that's it. If he fails, there wasn't a chance anyway. But if Netero fails, you have made Nove even more sickly and stressed than he is. He looks like he's going to die from the amount of stress. He has no more. It went from blonde to there's no hair left, and he looks sucked up and just kind of malnourished. He's not going to fight anytime soon. Moral, he needs a nap. That man needs to take a nap. He needs Gatorades. He needs a shower. It's going to be a couple of days before I think he's ready to go. And does he have another pipe on standby? Or are we going to have to go find his pipe? Like, I'm hoping he's got some backups. Shoot, who knows how long he's going to be unable to fight. So they've lost 3 of their top fighters. And they're just all packing it up and heading out. Knuckles leaving the scene as well. And not only did they lose fighters, they also made Youpi stronger. Now he doesn't just seem to be this mindless beast that just rages, and when he sees something in front of him, all he sees is red and goes to attack. And seeing the opening for this episode, which was just a recap from last episode, I'm trying to like put the pieces together. I'm trying to think like how it'll end, how we defeat the king if Netero can't do it. We're seeing a lot of mental gymnastics here with a lot of characters involved. I saw the opening and Knuckle made the comment like the reason that he got rid of his APR, like that was their only chance. They spent that whole time trying to get the APR on him to make him useless. And he took it off. He said that he didn't see Youpi as a threat anymore. He seemed like a cool guy. He acknowledged us, and Knuckles said he just didn't seem like a threat or a bad guy in my eyes anymore. I couldn't defeat him. I didn't have the will to kill him or fight or stop. Youpi also made the comment like, these guys made me stronger. Why am I hesitating to kill them? They could be threats later. I should just kill them. And then they didn't. We have the king wanting to save Komogi. Gon trying to mentally think, how could an ant feel like that? Pitou breaking her arm, surrendering to Gon. We're starting to see like the ants have feelings and thought processes, and why are they doing this? So like, do we go down like a Naruto talk no jutsu path where we kind of talk the king out of this kind of world conquering, don't kill everybody, you can just live with Komogi and play your game for the rest of your days, and maybe the guards decide that the king isn't right, we should team up. They're so loyal though, I couldn't see them changing, but Youpi was the first one that made me think like, whoa, could they betray the king if they wanted to? We know Poof has had these thoughts of, I should kill Komogi, or I should do this or do that. Like, he's had counteracting thoughts of what the king has wanted and what he thinks is right. So I'm just interested to see how it plays out. If Netero fails, could the guards step in and maybe try to talk the king down, say humans aren't so bad? Just a lot. So I don't know. Let's get into it. We've been talking for 8 minutes, but we're on episode 122. You guys should be seeing this Wednesday. I think Wednesday will be the 12th or something like that. Yeah, we are a minute 55 in, 1 minute 55 seconds, episode 122. Pose in name or posse in name? I think that's pose in name. Pressing play right now. Let's get it. There they are. Bro, they could be in York New City for all I know right now. Like, do you think they're off that like Australia continent? Like, that dragon's covering a lot of ground. How do you program something like that? This is where they're going. Very Dragon Ball-esque with the middle of the nowhere rocks. Let's battle it out. Oh my god, it's landing. Disappearing. And it's gone. Alright, this is the setting. That's it. I don't think I'm going to get anything this episode, but as far as them actually throwing, I would love to see it. If you guys saw my post-episode discussion at the end of last episode, you know I'm missing that that taijutsu, that hand-to-hand combat that animes have. Oh, so this should be a good spot. Hot. You have no chance of defeating that out there. Hmm. Yeah, I wonder if he changes his thought of humans are just livestock to him. Changed his mind. There are few humans worth keeping alive. Wow. You are worthy as well. Why would you want to keep him alive? Someone to spar with? Or why would you keep him alive? That makes... That sounds good, but what about the rest of humanity? What about their lives? Oh god. Oh god. Like, I don't know if it's just one move and it doesn't work, game over. But I would love to see Netero, like, really throw hands, fuck! Damn. Oh, brother. Okay. Filling in all the stories. Hmm. Can't hold that mean mug forever. He can send his clones and leave his body there, right? Because Gon doesn't know his abilities. So he could send clones. Yep. So he can stay his regular body size if he says 1/7 of the amount. The other 6/7 will go to the king. Yeah, his abilities, I need a good, like, Wikipedia search one time for the one time. He's not wrong. How does he plan on doing that, though? You got like a detailed business plan or something we can look at, or? Okay, so he admits it. Have you learned that, though? To protect the weak, he says. Okay, again, I don't know if he's bullshitting, but... Huh. Now, if you're Netero, like, what the fuck? What if he's telling the truth? I will not fight you. I agree, Alice. Wow. Wow, what do you do? Wavering between ant and human. Those two sides are incompatible. Are they, though? It's dominant yet. Are they incompatible? Because we've seen... ants switch sides. But maybe they've never been his level. He almost has to do this. Maybe nobody dies. I don't know. Yep. Don't blitz him. He's already having second thoughts. You got socks on? Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh my god. I don't know what's happening, but it's happening. It's not gonna happen this episode. Y'all would have had me live react to this on Twitch, but... Is he shook or just more surprised? Does he feel like, is he scared, or... That's the thing I don't know, because they're not on even playing fields, to my knowledge. So it's like, I don't know if the king is like, oh, what's this? Because he hasn't seen much as far as Nen goes. Or is he like, that's a problem that could kill me? That animation where they made the background sway and then turn to black and white was crispy. Wow. I don't know what that is or what it does. If he conjured that, I'm guessing. Hmm. It's from the opening. This is it. If this doesn't work, I don't think it's going to work. We actually have started. So I'm guessing 125 and 126 has to be them fighting, right? 131, I'm guessing, is Gone versus Pito. There's no way we don't come back to that for another 10 episodes. Yeah, so have you. Oh, so he's trickling them out one by one. Yep, he's grown up a lot mentally. Okay, we're back to full size. That's 1/7 of him. Yeah, Pito's got him worried. But he doesn't know that he also is having the same mental gymnastics as well. Mm-hmm. 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 Poof is the only one that hasn't had any kind of exchange with the humans enough to either sway his mind in a positive way or a Yeah. Poof is the only one with his head on still straight for the reason he was born. Protect the king at all costs. And he thinks the other two have failed. Now he's a centaur that can fly. Holy shit. The two of them are going. Hmm. How close are they? I guess it depends on how far does this kind of desert, wasteland, mountain spread, because it looks like they weren't that far off, but I remember Zena was also walking the same path. So does he have 100 of those arm chops, and do they get stronger as it gets closer to 100, or is it the same power output? Because it doesn't look like that did anything. I mean, he's bleeding. Is that it? The best we got? It did affect him, though. So we can't say it didn't, but can he see that big Buddha statue? Wow, he's not going to attack back. Just chop away. He says he's not going to repeat himself. Every time he says that, he usually chops somebody's head off. So let's... Oh, fuck, we got the same animation again. So is he conjuring this, or is this a specialist ability, or... I'm sure we'll find out, so you guys don't have to tell me unless we kind of don't get direct. Third hand, why do we skip number 2? Oh, wow. He's that much stronger. Now I'm really questioning, is it even close? Could he even possibly have an ability that would do anything? I'm sure this isn't it to Netero. There's no way Netero's been built up this high to be done in 2 chops. I'm hoping this isn't the best Netero has to offer. Well, do. That'll pique his interest. He might be the only one left that knows his real name, from his perspective. Fight me for the name. Look at his eyes, Red. The distance. You know he cherishes that information. Episode's gonna end. Stop it. I'm hoping that's camera effect and not him mimicking Netero's ability with what they just showed. Okay. Hoping Netero's got some cool color changed aura. And that's the episode, I'm guessing. Of course. You guys know that'll be the thumbnail for sure. Okay, the real battle has begun. Go ahead and pause that. So yeah, I guess the biggest questions we got from that are the 100 Buddha hand chop fist conjured statue. Is that it? Not like, is that it? Like, oh, well, that's it. As far as like, is that what Netero was in his meditation state for? Like, I don't know if that's a condition for something he conjures or that's a condition for his specialist ability that he has to maybe meditate or sit still for a week straight. I mean, shit. You got to meditate for a week straight. This ability better be so godlike that I feel like no human would have lived through that first chop. So I feel like he's probably unrivaled in that aspect. But then if you really start thinking about his abilities, though, like how to have that always built up, he probably wouldn't always have. If somebody attacked him leaving the Hunter Association, does he meditate weeks in advance just in case something happens? I don't know. I don't know what that could be a whole 10-minute tangent on like, does he have to meditate? How long does he have to do it? Does that grant his ability? What is the ability other than we just saw it chop a couple fists? But is that the ability that we took so long waiting for him to get ready for? Because if it is, and that was it, and it failed, I'm hoping there's levels to it. Like, why call out fist 3, hand 3? Does it build up to 100, and as it goes, they get stronger? Maybe, I don't know. But again, like I said in my post discussion on last episode, and like I said at the beginning of this, we haven't gotten a fight where it's like, I counter you with this and that. Like, we've had sparring, hand fighting. but we haven't had that like advanced level where you got like two people on a high level fighting, and it's like this doesn't work, but I also do this, like multiple techniques of an ability. That's kind of the what I'm trying to wonder what happens, because we know kind of, at least up until this part, that different categories of Nen, it's like a Pokemon battle. You might be the strongest fire type out there, and you're gonna blaze through grass type, and you're gonna just kill bug type and all, like you're the strongest fire type there is. But maybe even a medium level water type could like handle you no problem. And that's kind of what we got here. But let's just say, like, okay, I'm the strongest fire type, just because my fire blast doesn't work. Like, what else you got for me? You know, show me something. What could you do? Like, is that it? Netero is going to be this big bad man, but if his main attack doesn't work, I'll be interested to see how it plays out. And I would like to see. I don't want to make predictions on what I want to see, because then that's like with movie, TV shows, anime. When you start predicting things and they don't happen, you get let down and you think it's not as good or trash or whatever. But I hope we maybe get to see the king falter or bleed or struggle or acknowledge, even if it's internally, that like, this old man's strong. Had I not been prepared for it, that move could have killed me, or, you know, something like that, you know, just to like, because it's hard to like take the fight seriously when you know the other side is just leaps and bounds ahead. So I guess we'll kind of see how that plays out. So we're waiting on that, and then just more clarification on Poof's ability. You can tell Poof is still the only one with his head on straight. Straight meaning he's the only one that hasn't been affected kind of by like a human connection. And you could say Yuppie hasn't, I mean, not Yuppie, Pito hasn't as well, but she's been mentally challenged in a way that she feels for the king. So she like feels emotion for something. And in turn it makes her feel and want to care for Komogi. In the way she's like given herself up and surrendered and sacrificed her own arm, and Yuppie acknowledging that those guys made him stronger, and etc., etc. Poof is over here like, I gotta do this myself. Like, they are mentally not strong enough. But the narrator made it seem that that though Yuppie had been going through whatever he did, his focus and his loyalty is still to the king and protect it. So we'll see how that plays out. Either Netero is going to need to kill the king, stop the king, or something, because if they get there, unless the king tells them do not interfere, if Netero has the king on the ropes, maybe he's about to deliver that final blow. If they show up, they'll swoop in there and probably kill him. So we'll see how that kind of has to play out there. I wonder what the comment was that made Gon kind of like, you could tell he's been trying to like keep his mean mug face on, because he doesn't want to show emotion, that he's been thinking that maybe the story she's telling me is the truth. Maybe this is a girl that's like been injured by our hands. But even if it is, what does it matter? What about my friends? What about my emotions? What about Kite? So like, he's been holding that. I wonder what made him, well, the narrator said that he kind of like, you could tell something hit him. Not to make him cry, but to make him think like, I wonder what that comment was. Doesn't even matter who really. But we got some great stuff there with Netero. We've been kind of waiting for that, so just some great stuff, and I'm really interested to see episode 125 and 126. It should be some great stuff. I really don't know what to expect, because again, I don't know if Netero is even an actual threat. I don't know if those chops he put out there are just feeler chops. And he's like, I could have swore I made a direct hit. And then the look we saw on his face of like, oh no, when he fucking pushed out of there. I don't know if that pretty much shows us all we need to see, or there's going to be more to it. So hopefully it's hopefully it's good. That's pretty much all I got to say. Hopefully it's good. You guys will see this Wednesday. Monday we will have episode 123 and 124, and then I think what I'll most likely do is Monday night. What's that date? The 23rd? Check the calendar real quick. Calendar. The 23rd. Thinking Monday the 23rd, I do a live reaction on Twitch to 125. And then probably Christmas Eve during the day, maybe, because I don't think I'm going to be open for work, and I'm sure a lot of you have school and work off, or whatever it is you do. Maybe Monday night we do like a 9:30 p.m. Eastern stream, which will be nighttime for me. And then Wednesday, Wednesday's Christmas. What am I talking about? Shit. Monday we do the night, and then Christmas Eve, the 24th, do like a 1 p.m. stream for 126. That's just what I'm tossing out right now. We'll kind of figure it out as it gets closer. But yeah, this will be the last episode of Hunter x Hunter for this week. If you're only here for the Hunter x Hunter, catch y'all on Monday for 123. If y'all are here for the My Hero Academia and the Code Geass as well, Code Geass will be up tomorrow, and Hunter x Hunter will be up Saturday. So appreciate it. I'm looking forward to reading the comments because there's 2 videos that you guys haven't seen yet, so I'm ready to see some answers and questions and speculations and all that. Like, share, share, subscribe, and as always,